is heading back again. Rams win it, and on to Super Bowl 53 they go.
Are we overrating Rams head coach Sean McVay heading into Super Bowl 53? My name's Mike Petraglia, joined by Alex Barth and Evan Lazar. Evan, what do you think? 33 years old. He just turned 33. Sean McVay has been not only winning over fans in Los Angeles, he's been winning people associated with him. Head coaching jobs around the NFL.
Everybody.
Is he really all that going into this game?
Well, I think that, look, charismatic. He has a good persona about him. He comes up in front of the media. He's got that memory that everybody loves and gravitates towards. But when you turn on the tape, he's not reinventing the wheel. You know, this isn't something that he's doing that's all this new stuff or this new scheming. He's running Mike Shanahan's offense with just a few little tweaks to the modern game. This isn't something that he's going out there and inventing his whole new offensive system or anything like that. So that's where I'm coming from with, listen, is he a good head coach? Yeah. Is he charismatic? Absolutely. But in terms of schematics, his offense is not really all that complex. It's 11 personnel. It's the same type formations. It's wide zone and play action passing and all this stuff that the Shanahans have been running for 20, 30 years, and we're all kind of acting like he's this savant. I think Bill Belichick's a little pissed off about it too. He's not going to make it clear, but I think Bill Belichick's heard enough about the boy wonder and is about to put him in his place, or try to at least.
Last year, Alex, we were talking, we didn't really know much about Doug Peterson.
Right.
At least Patriot fans didn't, let's be fair. And then he wins the Super Bowl, and everybody's talking about the brotherhood, the fellowship that Peterson developed inside the Eagles locker room. I don't think we've heard that same sort of thing here with the Rams. It's more about the X's and O's.
Yeah, and it's a lot of attention specifically on the head coach, and I wonder with that relationship if some of the players are thinking, you know, I'm the one out on the field. I'm the one who's been.
How about Jared Goff? All he hears all the time is about how McVay,
all his questions are about McVay and Brady. I wonder if maybe there's the opposite result. Sure, winning cures all, and I'm sure they're not too upset, but I don't know if the players are necessarily getting the recognition they deserve with the amount of love that's coming into Sean McVay.
I think one of the interesting questions that was brought up this week, and it was by Bill Burt on the Patriots beat, asking Aaron Donald about how far this coaching staff has come in terms of instilling its own culture. And we know about the culture with the Patriots. We really don't know yet about the culture of the Rams because, in all honesty, it hasn't been tested through severe adversity over a long stretch of time.
Well, I think that culture, out of maybe anything else with McVay, culture is probably the #1 thing that he does well because the players really play for the guy. They really like him. He's obviously very relatable. He can easily relate to the players because he's younger. He's in that same demographic as they are. So that helps as well. And he's a football lifer. You know, his grandfather is a football coach. He's been around football his entire life. So he knows kind of how it works and how the league works. So I think the chemistry and the camaraderie of this Rams team is pretty impressive, actually. I think it's more just the schematics of it is just not overly impressed. I'm not overly impressed. I think that he's a good head coach. I think that they do a lot of really good things. The one thing I'll say quickly that he does well is that he looks at your team and he figures out how you play certain schemes, and then he adjusts his scheme to attack it, right? So he says, all right, the Patriots are going to play man coverage. We're going to run this man coverage beater. You play cover 3 Seattle. We're going to know that this part of the zone is going to be weak. If we run this route, we're going to run that route. He's very good at adjusting like that from a game plan perspective.
This Patriots Super Bowl 53 report from downtown Atlanta is brought to you by the great folks at 1-in-100. Go to CLNSmedia.com/BeatLA for your chance to win in a raffle tickets, premium tickets to the February 7th game between the Celtics and Lakers at TD Garden for less than a price of a large beer. That sounds like a good deal to me. Let's go back more to the Sean McVay heritage. Look, I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Cincinnati. My daughter goes to Miami of Ohio. I'm going to get that plug in right there. But Miami of Ohio is considered.
Are they a sponsor now?
They could be. Well, maybe we'll approach them. But that's the cradle of coaches, and that goes all the way back to Paul Brown. Somebody, you know, you mentioned earlier Bill Belichick. Certainly Bill Belichick has an appreciation for the history of the game in Miami of Ohio, and Sean McVay certainly can appreciate that.
Yeah, Sean McVay's grandfather was a head coach. Then Sean McVay got hired by the Grudens, John Gruden, then Jay Gruden. He worked with Kyle Shanahan. He worked with Mike Shanahan. So really, the Shanahans, the Grudens, and the McVays are all kind of one big happy football family. And that's where he kind of got his start, was working for those two other families, the Grudens and the Shanahans, and that's how he's kind of skyrocketed so quickly. A lot of people ask, how did he get to this position at 33 years old? You know, it's pretty unbelievable. It's because he's been around these two powerhouse football families his entire life, along with his grandfather.